Welcome to the 5-Year-Old and Me show. I'm Coco Brown, author and lifestyle diva, and I have with me today the amazing Felicia Vice. Felicia, could you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
So yes, as I always say, I'm the girl from the hood. I am from born and raised in Baltimore City. I've lived here my entire life. I am married. How many years do we have? Over 30. I can't remember how many. Over 30. Okay. And I only know that because we have a 30-year-old daughter. Morgan. I have a grand dog. Yeah, I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I have a grand dog. I'm a caretaker for my dad, who will be 80 this upcoming year.
Wow.
Professionally, I am a rising national sales director in Mary Kay. My current title is Future Executive Senior Sales Director. And what else? Earn 5 free cars, bunch of diamonds, free trip for me and my husband. Oh, I love God. Hello, duh. I love Jesus.
Absolutely.
Um, and I'm an introvert. So, I had to have a talk with my
Yes.
husband before we got on here, like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Oh my God, I am an introvert.
I
If
would
you
have
ever like
never.
if I came to that party, if you notice I never left that table, you probably didn't pay that any attention. And it wasn't because like I was just comfortable with the people there. It's because I like literally look, I am really shy.
Wow.
Really.
That's amazing. Considering just from knowing you, I never would have thought that. And for the heights that you have reached and for the lives you have touched, I can't imagine that you're an introvert.
Really, I
Wow.
mean, think about it. Like, think about the environment you have seen me in. Do you see me doing a whole lot of mixing and mingling? You don't.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really a little shy girl over here. Like, you're gonna
Well,
have to.
every time I see you on my feed, you are mixing and mingling.
When I'm in my house, right? And I'm controlling that environment, right? That's a control
Okay.
environment. But yeah, I am. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So
Thank you for the compliment. Thank you so much.
since you say that, what were you
hmm
like when you were 5?
Just like what I said, I was
Mm.
very shy, very unsure of myself,
Wow.
very quiet. Um, yeah, yeah, I was quiet. I was shy. Stayed to myself. Um, yeah.
Okay. And what did you want to be when you grew up? What were
I
you thinking
told
about?
I used to tell my mother that I wanted to be an interior decorator.
Okay.
That's what I used to tell my mom all the time, and I don't even know why I told her that because that is like if you saw my house, that is so not me. Yeah. I am not creative like that at all. So that's what I
Wow.
used to say. Um, but then growing up, like I never really in my mind said, okay, when I grow up, I'm going to be this or that. I remember looking at magazines a lot, and I remember liking um the women, like their makeup in the magazines. But I never like even when I joined Mary Kay, I didn't even connect that like from back then until one of my
Wow.
girlfriends, she got her master's degree and she was saying how in magazines she used to always look at the women that they would have, the articles and the letters after their name. And I
Right.
started laughing. I said, well, that's so funny because I would just be looking at everybody's makeup. And that's when I realized, oh, okay, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's interesting. Okay. So, so you already made that connection, that introvert in you from when you were younger, and you still consider yourself an introvert,
hmm
but you've gotten into a field, into a business that causes you to be very much an extrovert. Yes. And it's just amazing to see. Did you imagine when you were a little girl that you would be a leader, that you would just be out front and
I
center
never,
like this?
I never saw it. Like I never saw it. And even when I became a Mary Kay consultant, and this was pre-COVID, because I've been in for 21 years. So even when I became a consultant, we would go to our unit meetings and my director would have me, get up and, read something maybe out of the lookbook or a training or something. Like I would be like shaking in my boots. I promise you, I
Wow.
could have bathed in all the sweat that was happening underneath my clothes. Like it was hard. But what I do know is being an introvert and shy is not really what I want to be. Like I want to be the girl who's the first one on the floor. Like I want to be the girl who is walking around introducing herself and everybody remembers when they leave, the event. Like I want to be that girl, but sometimes
Right.
feet just hold on to me, girl, and it be like, going nowhere. You gonna sit your tail right here, right?
Right. Right.
But no, that
Wow.
is the question. I never saw this happening the way it has happened. I knew
Okay.
what I wanted when I became a consultant. I knew that I wanted what I have, but I didn't realize that I didn't really believe in myself that I could because I know how I am. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
I know how I
Right.
am. You're not gonna be out there talking to people and doing this and doing that. But yeah, here we are. But God, here we are.
So was it your the person that motivated you? Was that what made the change? What made it so that you felt like, yes, I can do
So
this?
I really believe that, okay, so what people I think don't know about Mary Kay, the company, is when she started, Mary Kay started this company 61 years ago. She started it with the philosophy of God first, family second, career third, right? And so she believed that if we lived our life in that order, then we would have the perfect harmony and balance, right? And so this is a faith-filled company. So number one is faith-filled. Number two, it is a breeding ground for people to breathe belief in you. So it is a company, whereas the community is always telling you, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. It's just like we are with our kids. You can do it, you can do this, you got this, you got this. And it just really helps to build you up. And so if you combine your faith in God, and we say at Faith City Central, it does matter what ministry you attend, right? So if you are attending the proper ministry and your faith is on purpose and your relationship with God is on purpose, and then you match that with a company and a community that is breathing belief in you, then you are
Mhm.
going to matriculate and move forward. Because then you
Um,
begin, even though you started off really not believing in yourself. And I hate to say it, like when I started Mary Kay, my self-esteem was like,
Wow.
it
Okay.
really was like I didn't really have high self-esteem. And before I started FCC, which was SOFCC, I didn't have
Right.
an understanding of faith all the way because I believed that God could do things. But my question was, would he do it for me?
Okay.
Okay. And so when you begin to know that and you learn that, girl, he already did it for you. What do you mean, will he do it? He's already done it for you, right? And then you have the
Right.
positive reinforcement along with that, then you just
Mhm.
grow and grow and grow and grow and become this person that Andrea wants to talk to you on Zoom. And you're just like, huh?
Wow. So you got the right combination. You got the combination of your ministry connecting to your business, and that just caused that supernatural glory
Yeah.
I see in you now.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Yeah. So throughout these years, because you said 21 years?
21.
Wow. And the ministry you started with at the same time?
No, I started the ministry about 15, 16 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow. So looking back at that 5-year-old, would you do anything differently, you think?
Well, a 5-year-old really isn't in control of what she would do differently. Um, you probably would have asked my parents, would they do something different with
Yeah.
a 5-year-old? Because if you're in that environment, you know what I mean? So that all plays a role, your environment, what you are exposed to,
True.
what you're not exposed to. And so yeah, I don't know if I could tell
Okay.
your old self anything different. Well, you know what? If I could have a conversation, if I could go back and whisper in my 5-year-old ear, I would tell my 5-year-old self, you are smart enough, you have something to say, you are valuable, and you add value to others.
Mm.
So, in the next few decades, life is going to life, and you are going to go through a lot. But
Mm.
what I want you to know is that you win. God loves you. But what I want you to do, Felicia, is love you. I want you to love you. And I want you to respect you. And I want you to value you because you are enough.
Wow. That's powerful. See, so I knew there was something to be said to that little 5-year-old. That's awesome. So tell me, who inspires you in business?
Oh, that's easy. The first person that I always say that inspires me and who is my best friend in my head, um, is my first lady.
Oh,
I love me some Dr. Dee Freeman because she's so transparent. And even though her initial role is first lady, well,
mhm.
really, wife, mother, all those things in that
Right,
first lady, but
right.
she is, I believe, an amazing businesswoman as well,
Yes.
right? I want to say in business, the GOAT and Mary Kay. And that is Gloria Mayfield Banks, who lives in Ellicott City, Maryland. And she's
Oh,
the
okay.
greatest of the little short, little African American woman.
Mhm.
She's since retired, but her story is the story that inspired me to start or even want to be a Mary Kay consultant without even
Wow.
meeting her. Okay.
Mm,
She started her journey because she was involved, this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And when she
mm,
started her journey, her kids were like 1 and 2, and her husband was, an abuser. And she started her Mary Kay business because she wanted to make, I think she said $200 to send the kids to daycare. And then she wanted to make enough
mm,
able to get out of that abusive relationship. Years down the line, 21 years ago is when she became a national sales director, which is the highest you can go in Mary Kay. And so she couldn't get to that level and then retire as the number one in our company without being an amazing businesswoman and coach. And so
right.
Dr. Dee Freeman and Gloria Mayfield Banks.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So now with the holidays approaching, tell me, what's your favorite holiday memory?
My favorite holiday memory, God rest her soul, is with my mom, obviously. And I remember she would always, to me, now it might have been a little Charlie Brown tree, I don't know, but to me, it was the biggest tree, right? And I always remember her decorating the tree and then turning off all the lights. And then,
Mm.
my favorite Christmas song, which is I Saw Mama Kissing Santa Claus, by the Jackson Five, right? That is it's still my favorite Christmas song, right? And then she would turn on those lights and we would just sit in that
Mm.
living room and I would just watch them turn on, turn on, turn off, turn on, turn. And that is just like to me is the perfect thing like about
Mhm.
Christmas, like the joy in a child's eyes.
Yeah.
You know, it's that memory that I will just treasure forever about my mom.
Yeah, that's a great memory. I love when people share memories with family, not
Mhm.
doing anything in particular, not the hustle, not the bustle, but
Not the
just the
gifts. It wasn't even
joy.
the gifts. It was just mommy's putting the tree up. She's putting the tree
Yes.
up, and I'm just waiting. And back then the ornaments were like real glass, so I wasn't allowed to like, because I was a little girl to touch
Right.
them because I would drop them or what have you. But I just remember just sitting on the couch watching her putting that tree together in the tinsel, and she was excited, and I was excited, and just waiting for the moment for her to turn that uh Capona set. I just aged myself on, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes.
My eggnog, and it was on and popping.
Yeah. Yeah, the joy of Christmas is truly love. It's just
Hmm.
love, you
Hmm.
know? Those memories, that's what you always will hold in your heart, you
Hmm.
know? Well, I want to thank you for sharing with me today. I appreciate you so much, and I'm going to put your information in the details. Is there anything that you want to share about what you have coming up or just your social media handles? Anything you want to share?
Okay, so I'll start with social media handles. So Felicia B, your Mary Kay lady, I believe on Instagram, and Felicia
Okay.
Vice on Facebook, and on TikTok, Felicia JB. You can
Mhm.
follow me there. And I'm sure you'll put my website and stuff like that up. But what I
Yes.
have coming up right now is I am booking virtual appointments. I am giving away, a team of us are giving away a $600 gift card to the spa for
Wow.
you and a guest, or you can just use the whole 600.
Wow.
How can you get excited? Just for having
Okay.
a minute skincare consultation virtually on Zoom with me. That is it. That is it.
Wow.
So
Okay.
with the holidays coming up, I do offer an executive gift giving service. So if you don't want to run to the mall, or you want to just say, "Hey, Felicia, my budget is this, my budget is that, put something together for me," I can do that as well. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thank
That is awesome. So I want to thank you again and